Hi, my name is Katie, and my channel is So Tattered, and this is Flosstube number 9, and this is November 14th, and it's a Tuesday, and I did pretty good at getting back at a decent time. So in the last 2 weeks, I don't know. I've been very busy with getting all the Christmas down from the attic, and my house is a mess. It's really bad. I didn't even think I was gonna be able to do this floss tube in here. Like, if I'm glad that the camera picks up this much space because it's embarrassing how bad it is all around me, the crazy, and then it just flows into the rest of the house. And so on Instagram, when I've been posting things about, my decorated Christmas trees and whatnot, it's like that's all you see. But if you went a little bit to your left or right, you would see just the most insane mess of nonsense that I have drug out from my attic. But you got to get it all out. You got to take it all out of all the bins so that you know what you're working with. And I don't like to do the same thing every year. So I need to see it all. And so it's just scattered amongst the house. And it's like walking through a maze. It's really bad. But so it spills out into all the rooms because I have to move furniture. I have to it's I have the sweetest family. They're so supportive and I don't think that they really enjoy it. I don't think I don't think that they really like all the decorations. Maybe they did in the beginning, but they're supportive. They don't give me a hard time. They'll make jokes. There's lots of jokes about how bad the house is because nothing gets done. Like they're lucky they have clean clothes. So it's a process. It takes me 2 weeks. That's why I start so early. And but that's okay because once it's done, and it's wonderful, and I get to enjoy it. And I don't have parties or anything. I don't have people over. I just like it. So it's for me and anyone in the house that cares to enjoy it. So, and then it's gone outside too. We started this last weekend putting stuff outside, which was ridiculous because, well, I feel like there's a little bit of pressure. So last year we won second place in our neighborhood. We didn't even know there was a competition going on. We're not on Facebook, so my neighbor, she let me know we won second place, and we didn't have any idea. And so, oh wow, so there's competition, and then the competitiveness comes out in me. I was like, we can do it bigger and get first place. So now we've just kind of changed our plans for the yard. And so we had to get more lights and more things. And so it's going to be in stages because it took us an entire day just to get the lights on the house and then around the yard, which we have a small house and a small yard. So that's really sad. But it's a process and it's going to be really cool. I love it when you see the neighbors walking by and they stop and they look, and you know, that's what's exciting for me. I love seeing people enjoy the things, the moments that you make, and it's just really cool. And then we're just like, please, kids, don't mess it up because we got the littles. There's lots of little ones around. That's what I love about my street. I don't particularly love where I live because I can practically touch my neighbor's house, but I love that we have a ton of kids that run amok in our neighborhood, and I love it because it's not something you see all the time anymore. Kids running and playing outside, they are always outside, and there's a ton of them. And my yard seems to be a good place for them to all meet up. And so I'm just like, please, please don't mess up my lights. But they're fun, they're cute, and they love my husband because he's just like that really fun neighbor that will horse around with them and whatnot. But so we're working on it. It's a work in progress, but in the meantime, everything is kind of just fallen aside. I haven't been doing as much stitching, hardly any sewing. My wool even was, and it's just, yeah, a lot of making a mess and making moments, and then moving to the next moment with another mess. And I'd say I'm about 50% done. So there's that. Um, Other than that, yeah, I just my kid had his birthday, and that was really cool. He got to celebrate it a couple of times because we wanted to celebrate with his girlfriend before she went out of country, and then we celebrated with family, and so he got to have several birthdays, so that's always fun. I think he had 3 in total, 3 parties. And but you only turn 18 once, right? And then yeah, that's been about it. If you hear cats screaming, the garage door was left open, and the outside cat I think is in the house. And my indoor cat does not like cats, which is why the outdoor cat stays outside. We love him and we would love to bring him in, but Cahoots was here first, and the whole reason he had to leave his last place is because he didn't like cats. He was very mean to them. And so he was the clinic cat. He was not nice. So I took him home because I love him, even though he's naughty. And so, but he does not like cats. And I think my outside cat is inside the house somewhere and I can't find him. And I guarantee you, Cahoots will find him before I do. So if you hear screaming, I might have to pause and run. So, but yeah. So I'm going to get into the finish I had. I had one finish. Sad, but it's a good one. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. It's Lucy Beam Christmas poinsettia. And I'd shown this one last time that I was working on it, and I got it finished, and then I fully finished it. And I think it turned out really cute. So it's on 40 count Lap and Loops Jackalope, which is it's a really good linen. I love this linen. The change in colors and everything, it's just beautiful. And then the finish we did chenille, who I had somebody ask me. They don't give me free stuff. They don't pay me or anything. I just really, really love their product. Truly, honestly, I just love it. It makes finishing things so much easier, and I don't have to worry about gluing or stitching down it's just easier. And I love the way it looks. You know me, I loved anything frayed and tattered. And so it was just a perfect product for me. So I just wanted to say that because people are like, oh, do you like get free stuff? I don't. I've never gotten anything free from them. So don't think that. They did though do a giveaway with me, or people who follow me. They did a giveaway, which was extremely kind of her. And she's been excited that the cross stitch community has been interested in this product, and so she wanted to do something really sweet for the cross stitch people. So so we did do that on Instagram, and that was really cool. That was fun seeing everybody get excited about a giveaway. But so that's what I did. I used it. I used the 3/8. I used the red and the green, or red and the white, not white, natural. Slow down. I used the red and the natural. And so I layered them, and then on the back I had more of that um, quilt that I got from Boxcar, from that candy cane. And so I did the backing of that. So I'm going to use every little piece of it because it's so cute. And then I added a bell and a button. This was where the hole was, but I kept the hole so small that I got to cover it with a button. So that was my finish. And then let's see. So I guess I'll get into whips. So yesterday was Jack's Bash Day, the 13th, and I had lots to do yesterday, so I hardly got anything accomplished really, stitching wise or anything like that. But I did get a little bit done. Okay, let me just show you this first. I don't want to forget Jack's Bash, though I know you've seen it a million times, by Plum Street, and it's 40 counts tropical stitches presentation. And I got I think this is a church. I'm pretty sure it's a church because it's got like the little, I don't know. It's next to a graveyard. Is it a church? I think it's a church. Well, I got it finished anyways. So I got that finished, and then I worked a little bit on the letters, and that's about it. Wah, wah. But I got to work on it, so I was happy that I at least had that. And then here's the call for. So now I'll have to wait all the way to the 31st. And I'm stitching that with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. And a lot of other people have picked up on it. I'm sorry, I just hit the microphone. And I know my last video was so bad about that. And I said, I'm not going to do that. And I just did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I wear it, my hair will get like, I can't win. But my plan is to get a new camera for Christmas. And then that way I won't have some of the issues I have. It takes me forever to upload a video because I have to go and delete a whole bunch of stuff. And when I think I've deleted enough stuff, I go back to upload it, the edited version, and it tells me like all the way to the end, and it'll say, cannot upload your video because I don't have enough storage. And so I have to go delete more stuff that I don't want to delete. And so I'm going to get a camera. I'm getting a camera. So that'll be helpful. Y'all don't care about that. Just don't hit the microphone, right? I don't want to hit that microphone. I'm so sorry. Okay. So then the other thing that I worked on, I did this with, I started this with Lori, textilist. Golly, I can't words today. On YouTube and Instagram. Follow her. She's amazing. She's one of my favorites. And we are doing Isabelle Johnston sampler for her birthday month, which was last month. And this is a terrible copy. It actually looks better on this camera than it does in person. I could hardly even see it. But I saw this hanging up in the Stitch Niche, my LNS, and it's gorgeous. And so I knew I wanted to stitch it. And then she asked me if I wanted to start it with her, and I did. It's not much of a start, but it's more than hers. I watched her video, and she hardly had anything. It was very sad. But here it is. I am loving it. I'm loving those little leaves, the border. It's going to be beautiful. I'm stitching this on 40 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. And this is that one that had that fat half. And I'm so glad that I do because it's really pretty. And then I'm doing my own conversion. And I know people are like, I'm not going to tell you just in case it doesn't work out. Well, I'm going to tell you anyways. If you want to know what it is. And I should have did that before on something that I showed. I did my own colored, and then I should have just said it so you guys would know and not have to ask me. So I'm just going to tell you what it is, what I picked. So I have DMC 830, which I also have written on here, Heirloom Gold by Gentle Art. So I'm guessing it's one that they use for that same color. So Wilderness by Classic Colorworks. Guacamole by Weeks Dye Works. Chives by Gentle Arts. Otter Creek by Gentle Art. That's a really pretty green. Caper by Weeks. And Sticks and Twigs by Classic Colorworks. DMC 924. That's a beautiful blue. 613 DMC. Sweet Potato Classic Colorworks. Cherry Cobbler by Classic Colorworks. That's one of my favorite reds. I love that one. And then Cayenne by Weeks. I have two because that's one I'm almost out. But those are the colors I'm using. And so far I'm loving it. Well, I think what I did, I don't remember what I did. I think what I did is I took the DMC colors and kind of just try to match with what I had in my stash. But then also, if I wanted to go a little bit brighter, I went a little brighter. Oh, that's part of my haul, but I'm going to talk about it now because it goes along with this whole thing. Where did I put it? Oh, hang on. Okay. So I was watching the Sable Stitchers, and it was Lenny, one of them. I'm pretty sure it was Lenny. Those two are hilarious, by the way. If you're not watching them, you should watch them. They have beautiful things that they're working on. I love seeing everything they're working on. They're hilarious. Hilarious. I love the jokes. I love the stories. I love it all. They're funny. So, anyways, I think it was Lenny. She was talking about how she had wanted, I don't know if it's the exact same one, but she was talking about, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get one of those. But it's the DMC where it has like all the colors and they're legit, like the strings. They're the floss. They're not a picture. It's the real deal, which is cool because um, you can like I know that it's gonna match, right? So I got it on Amazon, big one, but yeah. So yeah, so it's really cool because in that way, if I wanted to change something or I didn't want to use DMC, I don't have to go buy the DMC and then match it. So it's pretty cool, and it wasn't a bad deal. I mean, you only buy it once, right? So it wasn't a bad deal. I thought that was really cool. So just saying, if you wanted to do your own conversion, it sure take a long ways to get around to what I'm trying to say. Okay, I had a bag for this and I lost it. Okay, and then I also worked on. I pulled out a blackbird that I started last year or the year before. I'm not really sure, but Peace and Plenty. My colors don't look anything like this. I think that, what year is this? 2013? I don't know. I'm using the called for, but they don't look like this, but it's fine. So far, I'm happy with it anyways, but yeah, it's definitely different. Oh, and this one is in, because people were asking, because it's weird, because you think it would be in a Christmas one, and it's not. It's in Sisters, so, which I want to stitch everything in this one. I have stitched one. I stitched that one, but there's a lot of good ones in that one. I'm doing this one on 40 count American Chestnut by R&R with the call for. And I got a big crease. I should have ironed. So that's where I'm at. Yep, I stitched 2 baskets and didn't stitch what was in the baskets. I don't know. I jump around. I don't typically. Typically like to finish one thing before I move to another. Oh, I know. I remember. I had pulled a color from this to use it on something else, and I was like, oh man. So then I went to something else, and then I found the color. But it's really beautiful. It's got a little bit of some specialty stitches, but not a lot. It's beautiful. Yeah, I hope to get that one done this Christmas. We'll see. Oh, that was the back of that one. Oh, that was the back of that one. They're not pretty bags. They're just Amazon bags. I need to make more bags. Okay, and then I I was watching Karen Combs, and she was talking about she went through her projects that were kitted, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot about these. I needed to do these." And then I was like, "Oh, what do I have that's kitted that I forgot about?" And so I saw Fanny Bramley, which I got it kitted not that long ago, and I meant to start it immediately, and I didn't. But Hands Across the Sea, and I started it. I got the silks, and I got the chart and the silks from the attic. And then the linen I'm using is Lap and Loops, 40 count, small potatoes. I got Lap and Loops linen when I was at retreat, and so far I'm loving every one that I got. But this is where I'm at. This linen, I'm getting more. I saw it there and I was immediately drawn to it. It's beautiful in person. I think it's picking up pretty good on here too, but it's very pretty. But that border is a lot of fun to stitch. You would think it would be like, oh, I don't know about that border. That's a lot of stitching, but it's in a pattern, so it was very rhythmic, and it's not. You don't have to like jump over anywhere, and you can do it without even counting or looking at anything. So it's it goes by really fast. The butterfly I did get off, but it's okay because you wouldn't even known it had I not said it. But It's still gonna be pretty. I just have to remember to do it the same way on the other side. That's fine. But I'm loving that one. And that's probably what I'm going to pick up tomorrow and keep going on that one. And then today, it's the 14th, so I was doing the birthday start with my friend Jim. And we're doing Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird. And she is JC Hudson 44, if you want to follow her progress on hers. Or go and wish her happy birthday. So I made her a bag and I made a bag for me. This is the bag I made. And oh, do I have any of that around? Hang on. Okay. I've had several people ask me about on my bags this part. It's ribbon. It's ribbon. And it's got like a velvet texture and it's frayed at the edges. I don't do anything to it other than sew it onto the bag. And the edges get put into the seams. That's all I do. And I get it at Hobby Lobby. It's called Velvet Trim with Frayed Edge. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. Not picking up. But it's in Hobby Lobby. It's in the ribbon section. It comes in 2 different widths. This is the more narrow, and then it comes in a wider one. But this is what I use on my bags. And that's this right. They're just different colors, but I like it. It just adds a little something something. So that was the bag I made for this one. I am stitching this on 40 count. Oh, hang on. In the back. 40 count almond milk linen by Grace Notes. And I'm using the called for. I'll show you. And this is what I did this morning. I got up at 4 in the morning and this is what I did. It does have satin stitches. Don't be scared. I think as long as you can, I don't know. I did struggle with it when I was doing another Blackbird that was on 36 count. They weren't looking as good. But on 40 count, I seem to not have an issue with them. But this is isn't that linen beautiful? I think Karen Combs is the one who told me about this linen and I had to go get some. I got it from Hobby House. Oh, that's what I got done today. So we're going to be stitching this on the 14th of every month. And so many people have said they're going to do it also. So that's exciting. And so I look forward to seeing everybody's progress on it and starts on it on Instagram. Oh, and here's the called for. Beautiful colors. So I'm very happy with that one. And we'll work on it. If I have time again tonight, I'll pull it back out. Sometimes my husband works a lot. So sometimes when he comes home from work, he still works some more. And then that's when I stitch in the office with him. Okay, so those are all my whips. Yes. I was going to, since it's the end of fall, well, in about a week or 2. So there's Thanksgiving, and then it'll be officially over. But I won't be back before then. So I thought I would show you the last of the fall stuff. So I'll start with this one. It's a Heartstring Samplery. T is for turkey. I guess there was an alphabet series, and this was number 10. I don't know, but it's cute. So I did this one years ago, a couple years ago, I think, and I love it. And I wanted it to be like in the picture, and I found this box at an antique store, and I had seen it before, and it was broken. The glass was broken, and I was like, I don't know, it's only $15. I was like, nah. But then when I stitched this and I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I think that that's going to be perfect in that box that's at the antique store. And I went, they're only open on Saturdays. So I was like, crossing my fingers, hoping that the next Saturday I get to go, that they would be there. It was still there. So I got it and I put it in there. And yes, the glass is broken, but that's okay. Isn't that cute? This stays out all year, except for Christmas. I do put it away for Christmas. My kid is texting me, please. Wants me to send him stuff. He's just gonna have to wait. He's fine. It's very distracting. That's another reason why I need a camera, is because I'm seeing text messages on my phone and he's bothering me. But yeah, so that turned out really cute, and that's probably one of my very favorite cross stitch finishes I've had. So there's that. And then the quilts behind me, this big quilt, I don't know. I made it years ago, probably with just scraps of fabric, and it's literally 4 patch and a big patch. Patch, big patch. And then just sewed lines. And then this one is a table runner that I made, and it is out of the book Witch's Night Out, which I would love to make this whole quilt, but I wanted something that could that was like Halloween and fall. So, but this is what it looks like in the book. So this is, let's see, what book is this? Witch's Night Out by, it's So Emma. But yeah, it's really cute. And they have all kinds of different, I believe so. I don't think that's the only 2 projects in there, the quilt. But you could take the blocks and do all kinds of different things with them. So it's a fun book. I enjoyed making this table runner, and one day I'd like to make all of the things. So there's that. And then I'm going to talk about haul, which isn't a lot because I've been super focused on Christmas. There's been some Christmas haul, which is already tucked in trees or places. Okay, so I went to Boxcar Quilt Shop, and for the Sit and Stitch Social, we do that on the first Wednesday of every month, and I have so much fun. I missed it 1 month since I had started going, and I missed it. I missed hanging out with my friends there. I have a table of the most amazing women, and I love them so much already, and they're just, it brings me a lot of joy just to go for the day and hang out with them. I don't get a lot of stitching done, but I get to see what they're working on, and they're, doing things while I'm talking, and so it's wonderful. If you are in the area, I highly encourage you, just go onto the website Boxcar Quilts, and you can sign up, and it's just so much fun. I love it. So I went there and bought a few things, of course. They had their Halloween stuff on sale, and they had the Halloween by Urban Chicks. They had the jelly roll, and it's really cute fabric. I had that on sale, so I got that, and I will, of course, I'll be making my great niece a quilt with that, and so I got the extra. And I didn't know what I was gonna make. I just got what I thought I would need for backing and binding. So cute. And then they had a couple other little things in their sale bin. So I just got some, this. It always comes in handy for little projects. And then they had, okay, so we're talking about cutter quilts last time, and I was very pleasantly surprised that I did not get chewed out by anybody. Nobody was mad at me. So that was nice, because I did kind of go on a little rant about how I don't like them. I don't like it when people cut up quilts that are still in good shape. And there are some really bad offenders out there on Instagram. And anyways, I won't go down that path again. Boxcar Quilt, they have a huge display, and they do these really cool pieces of cutter quilts. So I think they go to estate sales and they pick them up and whatnot. She sells, the owner of the shop, she sells antique quilts. And she sells antique quilts that are not even in the best of shape. She still sells them because she knows people will love them. This woman, she respects quilts. So when she says a quilt is a cutter quilt and she cuts it up into to pieces for people to buy to make into things, I trust her because I know that she has a love of these quilts and whatnot. And when you buy them from her, you will see they are cutter quilts. I bought this piece and it was like, what was this? $12? It's like $12. But yeah, I mean, we're talking like raggedy, falling apart quilt. And so it would not survive a wash. Look at the back. So, but I love it. And I love that she does that, you know, because then they're not just going in the trash or whatnot. So there is such a thing as quilts that can be, and then there are people who are just cutting out beautiful quilts that might have like a little stain or something. Don't do that. But so I got this from her. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I love both sides. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I don't know. I'll have to figure out something that I can do with it where it has both sides that, you know, I don't want to like cover it up. I don't even know. I think that this is like a quilt on top of a quilt because you can see under this, there's like another quilt. I don't know what's going on with this piece of fabric, but it spoke to me. So I grabbed it. That was one thing I picked up from Boxcar also. And it's so much fun. They have that if you're in the area, they don't pay me to say this, I just love going there. Um, they have the cutest little quilt shop. They don't have a lot of reproduction fabrics, but they do have, I think that they started getting in, I think I saw Kansas Trouble there. Not while I was there, but I think I saw it on their Instagram that they got her fabric in. And then they also had Teresa Kogert's Christmas line there. But it's a cute shop. They have everything displayed really cute. It's very cute. So then they have a separate area for us to hang out and do our stitching and whatnot, and where they do retreats and stuff. And then they have another area that's the antique shop, and they have the most gorgeous antique quilts and antiques and all the things in there. And I love going in there. I think my mom picked up a Santa, one of those vintage Santas. It's just, if you're in the area, you should go in. It's a lot of fun, and everybody there is just so kind. Um, that's what I got from Boxcar, and then I also went to Golies. It's a antique shop, and it's more of like it's a mishmash of antiques and boutique type stuff. So they'll have stuff that's new and looks old type stuff. But they also do like clothes, like boutique clothes, which I don't buy because I don't like clothes, just t-shirts. But anyways, it's a really cute shop. They do Christmas very well. I'll probably insert a video somewhere in this video because I did take some video. But sweet ladies that work there, they also just reopened their tea room. So go Lily's if you are in the area. It's a cute shop. I bought some Christmas stuff that's already out and displayed and whatnot. And then I also bought this book. How cute is this book? I have their cookbook that's from, I don't even know what it's from. Maybe the 60s, 70s? I don't know. But I love these old Better Homes and Garden books. They're really cute. And this one is mainly clothes and curtains, which I don't plan on making either, but I just like the book. I picked that up from there. But they have just, they decorate for Christmas so beautifully there. I love that place. So I got that. And then online, I got, oh, it's so funny. So on Etsy, there's a shop called Sweet Wing Studio. And I put this on Instagram as like kind of a joke, not a joke, but I got the sticker. This is cross stitcher on board. Isn't that hilarious? That I got that for my car. So my son won't ask to borrow my car anymore. Just kidding. Not kidding. But he would like to drive my car. He's got a perfectly nice car, but mine is newer. So I think that when it comes to like him wanting to go to prom or something, he's going to say, I want to take your car. But not if I have the sticker on it. He's not going to. He said he would still want to take it. But I got that. They only had 3 left and I bought all 3. Not that I have 3 cards, but I have friends I'm going to give them to. So, and then I picked up from the Farmer's Attic. I put this on Instagram already that I picked these up. And I was so excited about them. And then I got on 123 Stitch and I bought all the floss for them separately. But Peppermint and Pine by Brenda Gervais. Peppermint and Pine. I just love the little birds. I want to stitch them all. So I got the floss for these. Some of them were in my stash. I need to pull them, but they're so sweet. And then I got the Stacy Nash first Snowfall Pin Keep. And I got the floss for that one too. So I'd like to start these soon. And then on, let's see, on Chenille, I picked up, they have this really cool thing. It was, so they have an Etsy shop. They also have a website. I'll link it all down below. But they had this thing, what's this called? Holly Jolly. And so it was like a little kit of the different colors. I thought that was really cool. And then they had this other product, and it's silk. It says right. Yeah, it's silk. 10 yards of silk. It's really cool. It's got lots of different colors in it. And so I'm excited to use that. So I think one of my great niece, because it's like a pinks and blues and yellows. I don't know, one of her quilts I think would be really cute on. I got that. And I have tried it to see how it frays. It frays really cool. It's a really cool product. And then I got, I follow on Instagram, I follow Snuggle Quilts. They had this quilt. Let's see. I'll take it out because it's so tiny. It's called Season of Joy. And it's a 32 by 32 wall hanging table topper. I just thought that was really beautiful. I'm going to make that. I ordered that. Came really fast. They had lots of really cute quilt patterns on there. I got that. And then when I ordered the floss from 123 Stitch, I also got this GGR MJ 1810. Oh, who was it? She has a Flosstube and she's on Instagram. I think she started this one. If she did, I'll put her down below. But I just thought that was beautiful. I could even do, each one of those motifs are so beautiful, they could just be done individually and it'd just be amazing. But I loved all the horses and the birds and whatnot. So I got that one. And then I picked up the Teresa Kogut's Remember Me. I've seen lots of people doing this one. I love that border. Every time I see someone stitching it and they've done the border, it's beautiful. I'd like to start that one. And then I got from Winterberry. No. Now I'm starting to have like, did I talk about any of this stuff? Maybe I've talked about some of the stuff in my last one. If I did, don't tell me. Okay. From Winterberry, I got more wool because I needed some more Christmas colors. Even though I didn't get to wool this last couple weeks, but I got some greens and some reds. This one red is really beautiful. It's Hollyberry. That was really pretty. And then I got, this one's a little bright for me. Antique red is bright. If it's that bright. I'm sure it'll come into play on something. And then I got caramel. it looks yellow on here, but it's not. It's just this beautiful caramel color. It's really pretty. If you need a caramel color, that's a good one. And then they had a book on there called Flower Bed Threads. I'd never seen this before, but it's an applique book, and it's, oh gosh, look at that. It's got wool applique in it. I think it's just got regular applique too. It's very pretty. And the bed, the quilt on the bed, that's what that one is. Just really pretty projects in here. I have never seen this. Oh, I loved this. They did have one cross stitch in here. Oh, my dear sweet friend. I thought that was really sweet. And then I loved this pillow with that flower. It's a good book. So I got that from them also. And then I put this on Instagram on my story because I was really impressed with packaging. You know, when you order from somebody from the first time and you get the package and it's just so beautifully done. I don't know, it's like getting a gift. I don't know. And she did. She put like a little extra thing in there, but it's called the Fabric Pantry on Etsy. But they're really cool. And they sent this little extra piece of fabric with a little pin, and like there was like a mint, but it was just so pretty the way that they had it packaged. But I wanted, I had used a little bit of, I do this. So if there's a fabric that I really, really love and I use a little bit of it because it's perfect for something that I'm doing, I'll then go try to find more of it just because I don't want to be like, oh man, I shouldn't have used it for that project because now I don't have enough for this project. So I went and found more, and it's, whose is this? This is Paula Barnes' little companion shirtings. You know me, I love shirtings. You can't see it. It's just super cute little dots. I don't know. I love it. So I got more of that. She had it, so I got it from her, and then she had a few others that I wanted to get. And so I got that. That was a really good shop. If you want your package to arrive looking really pretty, she's a good one to shop with. So I got some Happy Mail, and the first one I got was from Terry, and she's on Instagram, and she asked if she could send me something, and she sent me a quilt book, and it's beautiful, and I highly recommend this book. It's Country Seat Quilts, and it's 12 classic patterns with looks that will last. And here's the book. And here are the that work? Okay. Julie and Vicky. Julie Hendrickson and Vicky. You see, Country Seat Quilts. But anyways, this book is fantastic. I would make every single quilt in this book. Every single one of them. I mean, look at this, look at this. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it. These, I mean, every single one of these is just beautiful. Ugh, I've always wanted to make one of these. Teeny tiny pieces. She was so sweet to gift me this. She said that she had 2 of them, so she sent me one, and I just thought that was so kind of her to think of me, and I am just crazy about this book. So, it was really sweet. Thank you, Terry. And she sent me the sweetest little note. You know what it reminded me of? Her note. And several people in this community have, when they sent me a card or note or whatnot, you know, how they used to back in the day when you would send out Christmas cards, you'd send out like how everybody in the family's doing and the updates of what everybody's up to and whatnot. And I find that this community does that, and I don't know. I find it so endearing and sweet, and I love it. I love that people are sharing, not sharing gifts, yes, but when they give the gift, they also share a little bit about themselves, and then I don't know. It's just wonderful. I love this community so much. I had another sweet, sweet friend on Instagram ask me if I would, well, she wanted one of my bags. And I have not technically sold a bag, but I was like, I don't even know about selling bags. I talk about it, but I haven't done it. And then so she mailed me a check and she wanted to buy a bag. And um, she sent me some charts that she designed. So she's a chart designer, and her name is Jan Alexander, and she does Tree of Life samplings on Etsy. And she sent me her charts, and they are so pretty. And I'm going to show them to you guys. It was so kind of her to send these to me. I love this little sampler. It's an antique sampler adaptation. I just thought that was so sweet. There's that one. And then Penny Treats. This one's cute. It's Halloween. It's got the little pumpkin. And I love how it looks like the penny mats. Penny America. So sweet. Walk Beside. I love that house and that border. Needles Guide. It says passion, purpose, and pride are my needles guide. I love that. This one's Penny Harvest, so it's more fall than Halloween. And I opened these and looked at these charts are fantastic. So I know that that's always concern if someone orders from somebody they've never ordered from before. They're like, how's that chart gonna look? They're good. True Faith. Pursue Thanks. Oh, this would be a good one for Thanksgiving. Like that house. Pursue Love. Oh. This one's called Loved. Favored. That one's fun. And then Fade as a Leaf. Oh, I like that house. So it was so kind of her to send those to me. She did not have to. And thank you, Jan. That was very kind. So that was all of my whips, my haul, my Happy Mail, and then oh, the one thing that I did make a couple of bags, and then I worked on this quilt. So I worked on this quilt, right? You guys knew problems. You guys knew I was gonna work on this quilt. It's beautiful. I love the fabric. I love the pattern. I'm struggling. I got one block done. This is my one block. One finished block. And my problem that I'm having is I can't figure out which way to do the seams. I love nesting seams. I love the flatness of open seams, but I like the accuracy of nesting seams. And this pattern, some of them tell you which way to press, and then some don't. And so I'm kind of getting hung up on that. And it took me forever to make that one block. But I think I'm gonna have to just press open because the seams are super bulky, and I don't want oh, what did Carol call it? Landmines. Hey, landmines, quilt landmines. That's so gonna happen when I quilt this thing. There, I struggled. So I've decided going forward I'm gonna do open seams on this, but I'll just have to be really careful to make sure that my points match up really well. But it's beautiful. I have two huge boards with all the pieces cut and put into piles of each block. And that was a lot of work. It took me, oh my gosh, it took me forever. So I just need to, once my Christmas stuff goes where it needs to go, I can move on and I can get back to quilting this because I love this one. And I'm hoping that I'll get to go, it'll move a little bit faster and I will get it done this Christmas. We'll see. So, but I did work on that. And I wanted to say a couple of things. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who was so kind um, about my videos, my tutorials that I did, my tutorials. Um, there was tons of great feedback. I had several friends ask me questions, and I thought, oh my gosh, it would just be so much easier if they could just see it. And so I just put those two little things together, and people were so kind. And I was worried. I was worried because they were not, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah. And I feel like it did help. A lot of people said that it did help them, and it answered a lot of questions. And so I am so thankful for your kind comments and your support and everything. And even on here, I'm just blown away with how nice everybody is. It's so heartwarming, and it just means a lot. It means a lot because you put this stuff out there, and you kind of just like hold your breath and wait for the comments to come in, and just like, please be nice, please. But I love this community. I love this community. So thank you for that. I know it takes me a minute to comment back on your comments, respond to your comments. It's a bit overwhelming, but I love the comments. I love reading what you guys are working on. I love reading about just anything that you guys have to say. I do. I appreciate it. And just knowing that you took the time not only to watch me, but then to take the time to say something afterwards is huge to me. I get that. And so if I was going to say though, if you guys have any questions and I don't get to you fast enough through YouTube, um, message me on Instagram because I found out that there's like this whole other area that if I don't follow you, it kind of doesn't go with the rest of them. But I figured it out and I know where it is now and I know how to see it. And so now because I looks like I've missed a ton of people in that and I feel bad. But I do have an easier time of answering questions or, you know, getting back to somebody if you ask me through there. YouTube is kind of harder for me to get through. Um, and sometimes stuff doesn't even show up. It'll say, "Oh, you have 3 comments," and then I'll go and look, and then there's no comments. I don't know. And I know that it's sometimes you guys are like waiting to hear something so that you can purchase the thing or find the thing or whatnot. So if you are on Instagram and that's easier for you, I will probably get back to you a lot faster that way. The other thing that I have not been mentioning the YouTubes I watch, the Flosstubes that I watch, and I was very behind. I'm still behind, and I watched a lot. Like you guys have been keeping me company while Christmasing. Like I'm doing my Christmasing with you guys on the TV, which my husband thinks is hilarious because he's like, "What are you watching? Who is that?" And it's just funny because it's like this on TV, and he walks in and he's like, "Oh." Like I'm having a conversation with you guys. It's fine. But anyways, so I have been watching a lot. I'm still behind. But in the last 2 weeks, I wanted to mention who I have been watching because I think it's important because there's a lot of times where I will hear somebody talk about who they're watching and it's like, I've never heard of that person. And then I go and find them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't even know this person was out there. So, and it's a long list, I'm sorry, but these are who I've watched in the last 2 weeks. I had to go through my history so that I could find them all. So, and this is not even all that I watched. These are just the ones I've watched in the 2 weeks. Okay, so Carol Softbox, of course. Um, Shanda Stitching in Idaho, she came back for one recently, and I was excited to see her. She has beautiful quilts. I love her. I love everything she works on. Brenda and Laura, the serial starter, love them. They always make me laugh. Um, did Saltwater Stitcher or Sweetwater Stitcher, Jessica. I love watching her. She's wonderful. And Karen Combs Studio, of course, she's a big influencer. Floss Boss and Cousins, that's another one that I love to watch that are really fun. Tattooed Stitcher Jordan. She and we could have a lot of conversations about a lot of things off the topic of stitching. I really like her. Uh, Sable Stitchers, of course, I've already talked about them. So much fun. Lori Textilist, she is wonderful. Everybody needs to go watch her. Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, of course. Olivia B. She was doing this thing where she was doing vlog style, and I think that when I get a camera, I think I'm going to start doing that because I think it would be easier for me on this phone. I tried it. It's not going to work. But I really loved how she was doing that. And I felt like I got to know her even more with her like little, just following her everyday progress, things that she's doing, the way that packages would come in and how she would set them up for her shop. I just found it all very fascinating. So she's fun to watch, of course. Crosshatch Quilts. I was excited that she came back. Needle and Flax, another one I was excited to see again. Hoop It Up with Jan. She's fantastic. And she mentioned on her video, and I cannot remember who it was that you watch her, she talks about pointy corners. Pointy corners on pillows. And there was a tutorial that she mentioned about doing it where you don't have pointy corners. So on your pillows. Go watch her. Um, Daisy K Primitives, of course. Tiger Lily Designs Carrie. Just love her. Uh, the Wandering Stitcher Liz. She's got her first one out. You can go watch her. The New Hampshire Stitcher. I love her. Lori Wilson. Love her. I just love all these people. um, Primitive and Pins Needle Crafts. Oh boy, did I mess up hers. She's the one who told me about the trim that I ordered from Etsy, and I couldn't remember what her name is. Punch needle, wool, all kinds of stuff, all things Prim. Go watch her. She's wonderful. She's got so many cool things. She does a lot of little small projects, so she has a lot done. She gets a lot done. Um, Lost and Floss, Barb. Uh, Kindred Stitcher Lisa, she's fun. Uh, Nicola Parkman, of course. Sarah Stitchy Spot, she's sweet. And then Running with Needles and Scissors. She came out with her Christmas releases. Fantastic. I want to buy them all. I want to buy everything. It's so bad. So sometimes it's like, oh my goodness, when I don't watch Flosstube, I spend less money. But I enjoy looking at everybody's like haul and things, and then it inspires me and gets me excited about things. And we all just thrive off of each other's excitement about stitching and sewing and all that. So it's fun. It's fun. So that is who I've been watching, and I think I've said all the things. And I just yeah, appreciate you guys. And then I'll come back when I can. Next week is Thanksgiving, right? Next week is Thanksgiving, and then I'll have my sister's coming to town, so I'm really excited about that. I love spending any time I can with her. And so I'll be busy with that. And so probably after that, we'll see. We'll see if I have anything even to show. I might just be too busy to have anything to show. Terrible. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.